Every fighter you meet. Good morning, everyone.
We will be following you.
Ah,
Every
so
single jump,
cold.
every trophy won, every wicket you break, every breakaway you make, every cross, every goal, every dunk,
Why do we have leather seats in
every
the
stop,
studio? Don't they know that
every
this place is
loss,
cold?
every victory, every single sport
Every single
we
spot.
will be watching
We will be
you.
watching you.
Welcome inside the locker room.
Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. Ayo Myro essay here. It's time for the locker room 981. We welcome you into the changing room and the place where hot gist on sports. Everything that happens in the sporting world is discussed. And of course, the class captain of the locker room, the captain of the locker room is the one and only Tega Supreme.
Good morning, Lagos. Do I sound frozen?
Yes, you do.
It's Ayo's fault. Good morning, everybody.
How are you today?
Cold.
I know, I know. If you want to see what Tega looks, you need to see her. Please go on to our YouTube channel, Smooth 981 FM Lagos. You see the way she's all, should I use the word, all wrapped up to her head. The only thing that's revealed is her face so that she can speak into the mic. She's all wrapped up. But yes, we want to wrap you up in information this morning. So please send us a message on WhatsApp if you want to join the conversation. 0809 444 0981. And we are streaming live on YouTube. So go on there, Smooth 981 FM Lagos. You'd see us that we are live. And of course, make sure you tweet at us at Smooth 981 FM. Use the hashtag Locker Room 981. Let's go to the NBA. We start off for the NBA's. Los Angeles Lakers beat Miami Heat 116-98 in Game 1. LeBron James says the Los Angeles Lakers still have a lot more work to do after they comfortably beat the injury hit Miami Heat 116-98 in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. James said, the job is not done. We're not satisfied winning one game. You have to get a feel for how hard Miami plays. We got a sense for that. We got more work to do. It's that simple.
Yes. They got more work to do, and especially towards the end, Miami Heat is that team that you can get a comfortable lead even in the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter, with only 3 minutes on the clock, they will give you something to worry about, severe heart palpitations, and that's what happened to the Lakers. At the start of the game, though, Miami Heat started stronger, open up, I think, a 15-point gap at some point, and then the Lakers just started the late show, dropping 13 of 19 3-pointers, and that's how they dragged themselves into the game from the perimeters. Even Anthony Davis was shooting threes. No more standing post up, it's just shooting threes. But they had a good night, and I would say this, regardless of the fact that the Lakers won Game 1 and LeBron James and Anthony Davis did what they knew how to do best. I still haven't seen the best of Miami Heat. Miami Heat is that team that even their bench is lethal, but you didn't see that very much on Wednesday night. And I still think that there is time for their bench to show up, and that's where for me, the battle is interesting because Lakers does not have a very deep bench. I mean, you take out Rondo and Caruso, it's just a point here or there, nothing much. But you look at that Miami bench, whether it's Andre Iguodala that comes in, or Duncan Robinson, or Tyler Hero, there's just somebody always trying to do something and make things happen for that Miami Heat. Unfortunately for them, though, they've been hit with injuries to two key players, Dragic and Bam Adebayo. Now, there are suspicions that both players will not feature in tonight's game. That'll be a huge hit because Dragic have been hitting for most of the playoff series at least 29 points. That's a lot of points not to have. And Bam Adebayo has been solid for my. I mean, I don't even know how to start and finish off how great he's been. Even when they have to come back into a game. So it'll be a huge loss if they can't make it into the game, into game two.
Yeah.
You don't want to go 2 games down against the Lakers in the NBA playoffs. It's not the finals. It's not just something you want to do. So I wait and see what the report will be by this evening. Because as at yesterday, it still didn't look hopeful for both of them.
Okay.
So game 2 is tonight.
Hey.
Make or break.
How many games do they have to go through?
Okay, it's a best of 7 series. So
Okay.
if you win the first 4 game series, it's over. But you have to win 4 games.
What kind of problem is this?
But you have to win 4 games.
Gosh, just win one and know who the winner is.
No, this is not football.
I know,
This is NBA.
so
this is the class.
complicated.
This is the this is the cream of the
elite-
crop.
Elite
You know?
the elite group of people. Djokovic storms the 70th win as Ostapenko stuns Pliskova. World number 1 Novak Djokovic took another confident stride closer to an 18th Grand Slam title with his 70th win at Roland Garros on Thursday as Jelena Ostapenko stunned second seed Karolina Pliskova, throwing the women's draw wide open. Djokovic needed just 83 minutes to complete a 6-1, 6-2, 6-2 demolition of Lithuania's Rikardas Berankis. It was difficult for Rikardas in the third set as he had an injury and couldn't move very well, said the winner, Djokovic, but I felt good, just as I did in the first round, and I want to continue like that.
Well, I mean, the way he's going, he's been wrapping up his matches pretty quickly. And like I said, that's what you need. You don't want to be fatigued by the end of the first week and then you're trying to go through the motions in the second week. And so what he's been doing is getting really quick matches. Yes, Berankis was injured in the third set, but by then match was really done. I mean, Djokovic had taken the first 2 sets. Game over. Just see how you can survive the third set and go your way. But he's doing the right things. Sometimes you can have labored matches and then go through the next round, but it tells on your body later in the tournament. So far, so good. He has been having very quick, very effective and very easy matches first 2 rounds. But let's see how he progresses through the ranks. But for the women, Pliskova, well, when you say Ostapenka stuns Pliskova, you're only saying that if you really look at the rankings. Because yes, Karolina Pliskova is I have to mention Karolina because her sister also lost yesterday. Her identical twin sister also lost yesterday. The one that doesn't know how to play tennis. the one that
I'm sure as a parent, like, just follow your sister.
Just follow your sister to court and have fun. Yeah. So Carolina is ranked world number 2. Her sister is, goodness gracious. And so every time she plays poorly, it's almost as if she's channeling Christina. But Christina also lost yesterday to Muguruza. That was expected. But for Carolina, it wasn't the fact that she lost, it was the fact that she was completely blitzed off court. And yes, I've seen her struggle, especially in the last 2 tournaments in Rome, and even in the French Open in her first match. But yesterday's own was, I mean, it could be said as very disappointing. However, you have to remember that Jelena Ostapenko has won the French Open. She won it when she was 20. I think it was 2 years ago. So you can't really call it an upset, considering the fact that Pliskova has not won the French Open. So, I think you just, but because of ranking, you say, yeah, she's thrown the tournament wide open. But so is the case with the women's draws. If you don't know by now, Serena Williams had to pull out of this tournament with the Achilles injury.
I saw it from your tweet.
Yeah, so really sad one, but she has to heal and then to come back. I mean, if you think about it, if you cannot walk well, there's no point why you should be running around the court.
No
I mean, there's no other message your body can give you short of stopping like the donkey in the Bible, saying I move no further than to tell you that, but than to not help you walk. So, again, as usual, the women's tournament, the women's side of the draw, is always open. With the men, it's a little more predictable. There's still Rafa Nadal there. There's still Novak Djokovic there. There's still Dominic Thiem there. Usual suspects.
It makes them exciting. But women are always been colored to any activity.
We bring
take off the boring edge.
Yeah.
Although I feel sorry for Serena that she couldn't, we're looking forward to her breaking that record. But
I need people to stop calling
I
it.
saw your.
I need you to
and I
stop calling
loved
it a record.
I loved it.
Look, you can't compare amateur to professional. There's nothing anybody wants to tell me. This record is only standing because somebody wants to start pad. If the tournament wasn't professional before 1968, any Grand Slam won before 1968 shouldn't count. We don't count all the titles in the Premier League before 1992 as Premier League now. If not, we would have been counting that Liverpool won so. No, but they won their first Premier League title this year. Every other thing is semantics.
So,
as far as I'm concerned, though,
Serena
in the books, they will write what they write. But technically, Serena already has 24, and Margaret Court only has 11. End of this. Yes, because only 11 of those
after 19,
of those 24 Grand Slams were in professional tournaments, because Grand Slams used to be amateur tournaments before 1968. So what's the drama? I beg, they should free me.
So we're done. We're done. Serena,
they should
congratulations.
Free me. I mean, the record books can say what they want. Look, when I get the opportunity to meet the WTA president one-on-one, I will warn her.
Warn her seriously.
This is not
acceptable. On behalf of all of us.
On behalf of humanity, we cannot count amateur tournaments with professional tournaments. Absolutely. I'm sorry.
Totally agree with you. Arsenal edged past Liverpool on penalties in League Cup. Arsenal held their nerve to reach the League Cup quarterfinals as Bernd Leno saved 2 penalties in a 5-4 shootout win over Liverpool after Thursday's 0-0 draw at Anfield. Joe Willock scored the winning penalty after Leno saved from Divock Origi and Harry Wilson. Adrian kept out Arsenal's third spot kick from Mohamed Elneny, but Alexandre Lacazette, Cedric Soares, Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Nicolas Pepe all netted before Willock sent the Gunners through.
Okay. I laughed because Aya was watching this song.
Every
single minute.
I actually watched
it. And I was tormented by the fact she was watching it because she was giving commentary. But again, Liverpool and Arsenal met on a Thursday night in a cup championship. And Arsenal came out on top.
At Anfield, it was a home game for Liverpool, please.
It was a cup competition.
No, it doesn't matter.
Not to take anything away from Arsenal, but like I said, it almost seems as if Mikel Arteta just knows how to read club's mind. Let's not also ignore the fact that a lot of players that you haven't seen play regular team football were also featured. Again, this is the League Cup. That is the face of League Cup. People try to mix their academy players and their team B players for the Carabao Cup, for the League Cup. And it was I would say this, it was great. I actually think Arsenal should have gotten a penalty earlier in the game when James Milner used his hand to stop the ball on the ground, and the referee said, "No, play on." Look, why are we not using VAR in this competition? Because if VAR is acceptable in football, it should be used for every single tournament competition. But Arsenal did, at the end of the day, Arsenal did the job they needed to do. Then he'll be feeling really good with himself because he was able to save some penalties. However, I worry if he's playing every single competition for them, what the wear and tear would be. Yes, because when you had Martinez, you knew that he could feature in some. But now, Leno, if there's a Wednesday friendly, he's there. If there's pizza competition, he's there. It's not right.
And guess who we're playing next? Of course, you know who.
It's a tough one for Leno. However, these are one of those. This is one. If you want to throw your hat into a competition that Arsenal can easily win, it will either be the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. And so Mikel Arteta is winning where he can get. But it's so sad for Arsenal. The draws in Carabao Cup have not been friendly. They started with Leicester City. Then they overcame Leicester City. Remember, Leicester City finished above Arsenal last season. Then they overcame Leicester City. And then they got Liverpool. And now they've overcome Liverpool. And then they have Manchester City. It's almost as if they are giving Arsenal target practice. Like, you must not go through. And if you do win this Carabao Cup, everybody will know you deserve to win it. But it's a tough draw. But they're not the only ones getting tough draws, though.
Who are the
Manchester? Well, Manchester United didn't get a tough draw the last time out, but they have a tough draw. Chelsea.
Oh, please. We had Leicester, Liverpool.
They're
top
not. Sorry.
6.
Sorry. Manchester United is not playing Chelsea. I forgot. Chelsea was knocked out of Tottenham. That's supposed to be the next story.
Okay, so we need to go on a break. We need to come back and take this next story. But just a few comments. Tega looks like we're beginning to understand the mystery of Anfield better. Leno for president, says Yemi Richard. Someone said Arteta has plans but no money. Lampard has money but no plans.
Yeah.
Then you have Ole, no plans, no money, just vibes. Says Femi from Festa. Femi, why now? Arteta 3, Klopp 1. It has now become a manager's match. Ridwan says Ola Scenarios. It now seems the Lakers will get the NBA playoffs title quite easily due to fitness issues amongst the Heat players. Ostapenko beating Pliskova wasn't really surprising to me. So Arsenal is now Liverpool's Achilles heel in cup games. That's why.
Yeah. So yes, it's Everton, Manchester United. Sorry, people say it's not a big deal.
I was going to say Everton.
New look Everton.
Man U is not even a big team again. I said it with my full chest. We need to go on a break. When we come back, Locker Room 91 continues here on Smooth 98.1.
I did not say it, though. It was Ayo.
Let them come, my former club.
Come for
My former club, by the way.
Ayo has
Let
finished.
me go to YouTube, so. YouTube.
Wait
Ayo has killed us.
and wait.
Man U.
It's Everton. New look Everton is a little Everton.
Really?
They bought some players this season that have they bought one player that has completely turned around that club.
Who is the player?
James Rodriguez.
From where? What team was he from?
Brought him from Real Madrid.
Okay, yeah.
90 days. 2 people will win smartphones every hour, every day. They want
No,
to
no.
pass. Now the 10 million naira grand prize. If you not be nine mobile customer, move from our side or buy a new line.
It's true now. Grand Slam before 68 were all amateur tournaments. They only started letting professionals in. So let's not be counting amateur tournaments with professionals because it's called Grand Slam. Let's be guided, please. This is 2020. I don't want to talk too much.
And ends November 7, 2020 and is approved by FCCPC.
Nine Mobile.
Okay.
Looking to
Nice.
get groovy and get your boogie on
A minute.
on a psychedelic Friday night? Don't be yourself
Psychedelic Friday
and tune
night.
into the Club Classics
I
with
love
the
this.
G every
promo.
Friday from 9 p.m. Can you dig it? Don't be a chump now. Be a smooth cat and be part of a wicked experience that's totally far out. Who's the cat that's up all night? Brings you all the hits, that's right. Right on. They say that Cat G's a bad motherfucker.
Woo!
Club Class Friday night from 9 p.m.
Smooth.
Smooth 98.1, love music, love life. I am Myro Essay here with Tega in the locker room. If you're just tuning in, this is how you can join the conversation. Send your message to WhatsApp 0809 444 0981 and on Twitter it's at Smooth981FM. Use the hashtag LockerRoom981. Chinwe Nancy says, Tega, God bless you so much. You made me happy with that comment about Margaret Court and Serena. As far as I'm concerned, Serena is the Grand Slam's all-time holder. No wonder this Margaret doesn't want to free Serena to surpass her. And then Shola says, Ayo, so you're now back to Arsenal. I'll be saying Man U is no longer a big club with your chest. Go back, Onira. Shola, you're not serious. Then this is Shay. Arsenal has a liver for Liverpool. Arsenal's liver don't pull against Liverpool. I say this with my full chest. Please send text to Lampard. He should let us know if he still wants this job. He must beat Crystal Palace. So this is Champions League. This Champions League is Messi versus Ronaldo. And then Chimobi Victor says, so Manchester United is not a big team, and I totally agree with you with my full chest. They are just like Celta Vigo team in the Spanish league. Good morning, ladies. Ayo, did you just blaspheme against Manchester United on air? Our friendship is finally officially over. Apostle, we hear all this. Oh gosh, let's go to our next story. Thank you guys. Please keep your comments coming through. So we have here that Messi and Fati inspired 10-man Barca to victory over Celta. Barcelona's new double act delivered again as Lionel Messi and Ansu Fati led them to a 3-0 victory over Celta Vigo in La Liga on Thursday, despite Clement Lenglet being sent off in the first half. But even down to 10, Ronald Koeman's side were undeterred, and Messi made the lead more comfortable shortly after halftime. His weaving run and shot diverted in for an own goal by Lucas Olaza. Celta hit the crossbar, but never really threatened a comeback. And when the ball split loose over, after another Messi dash in injury time, Sergio Roberto made sure of the points.
Yes, I would say this. Barcelona didn't look so fragile defensively. I mean, they still had some suspect moments when Neto had to pull some unbelievable saves. But they didn't look as fragile as they did last season or the season before. One man down Barcelona against Celta Vigo side. In fact, with 11 men, Celta Vigo sometimes is a struggle for Barcelona when they travel on the road. But one man down against a Celta Vigo side on a normal day would have been an uphill battle for Barcelona. But they didn't look so bad, even with one man down. And the one man down was in first half, end of first half. So don't think it was 2 minutes to the end of the game.
Wow.
But
So a full second half.
so a full second half without one player. So they didn't play. The thing is, you could tell that Ronald Koeman did not have time for rubbish. They were not playing attacking football. They're not playing tiki-taka. None of that nonsense here. We don't do that here, please. We defend and then we counter. And so that's what they did. So all those things where they say, it's our tradition to play a certain way. It's a lie from the pit of hell. You play the team in front of you. And so if the team in front of you is attack-minded, you may have to defend for 70 minutes and then attack for the remaining 20. But that's how you have to play. Don't do this our tradition. It's our tradition that has made Guardiola not to win Champions League after he left Barcelona because he doesn't want to change his style of play. So Ronald Koeman has done that. However, these are still early days. They just bought a fullback. That helps their case very well. The thing about, again, I still say, regardless of the results they're bringing, it's going to pain me if Bartolomeu stays there. Because if they get good results, you'll be like, hey, but you see, I'm not doing badly. That's the problem. But Bartolomeu out still.
I didn't know this man was go. Take it just for your sake. He has to go. Messi, Ronaldo to renew Champions League rivalry. Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo will meet in a mouth-watering clash in this season's Champions League after Barcelona and Juventus were placed in the same group in Thursday's draw. Meanwhile, beaten 2020 finalists Paris Saint-Germain will have a chance for revenge against Manchester United. English Premier League champions Liverpool, who won the Champions League in 2019, will face Ajax as well as Atalanta and Midtjylland of Denmark. Midtjylland in Group D.
Okay, I'd say this for the draws though. As soon as the draws, I said there's some teams that generally get easy draws. When I say easy draw, there's no draw that is easy in the Champions League. Everyone is tricky because you have to travel away, you have to come. Everyone is tricky, but some draws are more favorable than others. I mean, think about it. If they asked you to pick between playing Marseille and playing Bayern Munich, the answer is pretty obvious. So that's what I mean by easy draw. It doesn't mean that you may underestimate Marseille and they will beat you. So but some key draws, some key things to note. Bayern Munich and Atletico Madrid in the same group. I expect them to come out of that group. I don't think Salzburg or Lokomotiv Moscow will give them anything to worry about. Man City is that's one of the teams that gets easy draws. Has FC Porto, Olympiacos, and Marseille.
They still had easy draws.
They always have easy draws. Man City, Liverpool,
How do they work it out?
I don't know. Whatever they do, I want it. Chelsea is in the same group with Sevilla, Krasnodar, and Rennes. I expect Chelsea and Sevilla to make it through. Barcelona, that's the group you just read. In the same group with Juventus, Dynamo Kiev, and Fenerbahce. That's how it's pronounced, not Bacchus. So I expect those two to go out. But however, that game between Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, it's not about who tops the group.
It's sweet.
It's about who wins the GOAT argument. Those 2 nights are the GOAT night argument. We are finished on the Twitter streets. Real Madrid had Shakhtar Donetsk, Inter Milan. I think their game against Inter Milan will be interesting to see. And they have Mönchengladbach from Germany. Then Liverpool gets Ajax, Atalanta. You've already mentioned that. This group was tricky. With this group, I thought they should have just put one big name here, but I saw the draws live, so I can't complain too much. It was Zenit St. Petersburg, Borussia Dortmund, Lazio, and Club Brugge. I don't know what
Dortmund. Are they not doing well?
I'll be watching them. I'll watch highlights because I'll be watching the main matches of other groups. And then the last one is Manchester United, PSG, and Leipzig in one group.
Wow.
Please, we toss up a coin. Whoever wins, we take the winner like that.
We take it like that. All right, some more comments. So before we move, that Lewandowski Harder named UEFA Player of the Year. Okay, Danish forward Pernille Harder, who recently signed for Chelsea, was named the UEFA Women's Player of the Year at a ceremony on Thursday. Robert Lewandowski was named UEFA Men's Player of the Year on Thursday following a superb season in which he won the treble with Bayern Munich. But Lewandowski was at the Champions League group stage draw in Geneva to receive the award just weeks after Bayern won the 2019-20 edition of the competition.
Yeah, so Bayern Munich really swept this one. I think they got defender of the year, they got goalkeeper of the year, they got forward of the year. Midfielder of the year went to Kevin De Bruyne. I like the way UEFA has done this. So different roles, and after that they do the overall player of the year, and then overall player of the year, it was deservedly Lewandowski. Of course, no Ballon d'Or this year, no FIFA awards this year, so I think this was a good one for him to win, scoring 50 something goals, I think. On the women's side, Penny Harder, and this is what I've often said. I don't like when I watch awards and the winners of the competition wins all the awards, because there's some individual players that played exceptionally well, but they didn't have a great team to win. And so when I saw this award, I was happy because Penny Harder had a fantastic season for Wolfsburg. She's now with Chelsea though. She moved to Chelsea this season, but for Wolfsburg she had a fantastic season. They won the German Bundesliga. She scored 27 goals in 21 games. And then they played in the UEFA Champions League final. Of course, they lost to Lyon again. But she scored 9 goals in the tournament. I had 1 assist, but she was fantastic in the UEFA Champions League. Unfortunately, that Lyon team is a fantastic team. I don't think they need a coach. You can put anybody on the bench and that Lyon team will still win.
I'm available for jobs.
I'm available too. But Hannah won it. So even if her team didn't win the Champions League, she won. I was so happy because it was a well-deserved trophy. For the women, defender of the year, of course. If you don't know her by now, just know the name. Wendy Renard, the tall Amazon of the French national team. In case the World Cup for women's football is all you watch. She won defender of the year and fantastic player, and then Hannah won forward of the year. So great awards all around, and congratulations to all the winners.
Congratulations. So many comments in. Let me go to YouTube. We haven't done YouTube in a while. Jimson Thompson, my former son name, says, Ayo, that statement is sacrilegious. You have to make atonement, else we'll report you to the gods of football. What? Okay, I know we're not related. Emmanuel Ajayi says, I seem fascinated with the unassailable intellectual dexterity of Tega. Her eloquence has really come in handy for me. I feel ecstatic. Arteta took his pound of flesh. Aya is elegant and comely. I love her. You know, this man is just showing you that your speech dexterity is rubbing off on him. Biggie from Katie says, up Gunners. Aya, you can say that again. Arteta is a brainiac. I thank him for starting Bukayo and Saka. Leno for president. He can catch my heart with love. Tega be calming down. Martinez just left and I'm grooming another keeper. We just bought. Ayo, 1 bottle for you. This Champions League is the battle of 2 goods. Please make that a mocktail. Thank you very much. And then we have from Akin Adesodi. Yeah, Akin, that's the person that also disowned me. Tega, please help us beg Solskjaer and Ed Woodward that Sancho is not the solution to Manchester United problem. The defense, we need a fast centre back like Dayot Upamecano of RB Leipzig. That is more urgent than a right winger. Maybe you will pick your call. He's not answering me again. True. And then we have from who is this now? Who's this? Femi says Manchester United is not a big club. Says the one who has never shouted champions of the League of England. Twitter history played in UCL in 2 years. Have some shame, says Femi.
Actually, she's a Man U fan. No?
Who's Man U? I've left Man U.
You've left Man U.
I've left. I told you now. I left. And
Arsenal. There's no form for Arsenal fans.
Who said so?
The form has closed since. You're late.
I ended my marriage. My husband puts me as his plus one. Debo says, please, what group is Arsenal playing? Debo, you're wrong for this comment. Very wrong. That's in the UEFA.
Debo, you're banned. Let's block it.
Last season, Liverpool were in the same group as PSG and Napoli. Not an easy group of Hugo Collins. By the way, no comment on the Arsenal game. Hugo, you missed that. Ty from Aja says, what shall it profit Manchester United to finally qualify for UEFA, only to end in tears at Europa? This is the real definition of 600 years of punishment. I wish Saka safe journey with his international career. The problem with Chelsea is they have too much money and don't know how to spend it. Lampard is being overindulged. Okay, and then from YouTube again, YouTube we have I was just imagining Tega would have crucified Arsenal if the worst had happened. We talked about this, and I gave you my word that Arsenal was going to take this one. So you guys should trust me.
No, as Ayo, you know you're shaking like leaf here. Ayo.
Then Chibobi Victor from Alaba International. For me, it was not Ansu Fati and Lionel Messi that led them to that Celta Vigo victory. Rather, I'm giving it to Philip Conte, who who was just spot on. So,
and that's another thing. And you know, oftentimes people don't. Well, a lot of modern day coaches don't know how to use a 10, and so you have a Messi that's a 10, and you can't drop him. But what Ronald Koeman did yesterday that was impressive to me, two things. The first one was that he played De Jong behind Sergio Busquets, because he knows that Sergio Busquets doesn't have the pace anymore to do that covering from one end of the field to the other. So he put De Jong in De Jong's position, and that's where De Jong had joy. That's what made people know De Jong. And then move Sergio Busquets forward, so he can still help shore up the defense, but he can also create those passes forward, and De Jong can cover very well. It helped them. The second thing was that he played Coutinho in 10. He didn't try to play him as a winger because he knows he doesn't have the pace. And then he played Messi. He just said, Messi, have your whatever you want to do, have your way. And Messi literally had his way. So learn how to use the tools you have. Messi, you can play him anywhere. You can play him as false nine, but Coutinho can only play that role. So try to convert him to a winger because you have Valverde. You need to kneel down and hands up wherever you are. Valverde, and face the wall and close your eyes.
Okay, that's all we have on today's show. It's been such a fantastic one. Feel Good Friday here. We have, the NBA playoff second game today. So make sure you watch that on Monday. Tega will be back to give you the lowdown on what happens over this weekend in sports. Join us again 8:15 on Monday. But today, follow Tega at Tega Supreme on Twitter, at LIS International for the work she does on Twitter and on Instagram. They're there. And also follow us at Smooth 981 FM. If you go on YouTube, you see the beautiful behind the scenes, visuals. YouTube is Smooth 981 FM Lagos. And thank you all very much for being a part of today's show. Come on, you gunners. Bye-bye before they come for me.
That was a good one.
Nice.
Follow me now.
Follow now.
That is the sound of another app being created.